The exclusion zone. I'd finally made it. This was the last place I ever heard from my brother. That was over 3 years ago now. It took over just a week at sea and another 2 days of driving to a village in Belarus. Nizhny Zari, I think it was called. From there, I met a guide who took me through the swamps. And that's where we are now. He didn't say much along the way, but he did tell me to keep an eye out for these invisible traps. Seemed kind of an oxymoron watching for things I can't see. But he said there are warning signs. The taste of blood in your mouth. The smell of static electricity. Your vision blurring. He also said this area was infested with mutated creatures. How some creatures came to be after the Chernobyl incident. He said he and his group have found some proof some mutants could be products of experimentations conducted in secret labs in the area. He said people often shared stories of creatures who were once human. To me, it sounded more like urban legends more than anything. He talked a bit about how he used to be a part of a larger research group here years ago, that they'd been studying the human consciousness and how it could have an effect on the planet. The whole area had served as a scientific hub. That it was locked down after the Chernobyl nuclear power plant incident. He went on about wild electrical storms that happen frequently in the area, but warned of an even larger storm that turns the sky red and emits a powerful, inexplicable type of radiation that fries your brain. That's when he began mumbling to himself. Something about how they used to be a lot more of his people, but not anymore. Seems as if his people just keep to themselves now, as they continue to monitor the perimeter of the zone, in the seclusion of the Great Swamps. I didn't speak much Ukrainian or Russian, so while I could follow along with most of what he was saying, I really didn't know what to ask him. How to ask him. However, I got this feeling that he really just didn't want to talk about it. He told me not many people knew about the camp he was taking me, but that we'd be safe there, hidden away in the swamps, away from danger of bandits, thieves, military, and mercenaries. He warned me not to trust anyone in the zone, especially anyone I've just met. He believed my story about coming here in search for my brother. Even mentioned hearing about a medical team similar to my brother's doing good deeds around the zone, helping people that would have otherwise died to their injuries. He also warned me about being an outsider of this place, and that it will cause suspicion amongst others. Most outsiders weren't welcome, as different groups and organizations from around the world I've been trying to learn more about this place, but not without heavy military equipment and mercenaries that shoot first and ask questions later. My brother never mentioned in his previous emails to me about what a mystery this place was. The military had set up a checkpoint along with jamming equipment around the perimeter to prevent people and communications from coming or leaving the zone. I'm holding on to hope this is the only reason I haven't heard from him in over 3 years. When we got to the village, I met more of his people. They called themselves Clear Sky. I asked around about my brother, and while none of them could help me, they told me I should check with the man in charge.
Здравствуй, здравствуй!
He called himself Cold. Nice enough guy. But it was hard to tell if he was just a happy drunk or in too deep with whatever it was that was bothering him. It turned out to be the latter. He said he couldn't help me with finding my brother, let alone ever heard of him before. But he said he knows of one guy that hears all the gossip and rumors of the zone, that he would know where to, at the very least, get me pointed in the right direction. However, he asked for a favor in return for information on this man's whereabouts. The reason he was nearing the bottom of a bottle at 9 in the morning was because of an organized gang of bandits called the Renegades. They were terrorizing his group and others in the area. He'd sent some men to a pumping station that was taken from them a few days earlier, and hadn't heard back from them since yesterday. He asked if I shot a gun before. I told him I used to hunt with my dad and brother back home, and that I brought my father's 1911 with me for protection. Good, he said. You'll need plenty of hunting and survival skills here. I hope your father taught you well. He asked if I killed a man before. I had. Was all I could manage to say. He could tell I didn't want to speak more of it, so we got straight to the point. He asked for help in taking this pumping station with the help of a well-armed scientist that needed to take some readings in a nearby area. He told me to go speak to their local trader S.T.A.L.K.E.R, who will pay me in advance with a spare SKS and a couple boxes of 7.62 by 3.9 FMJ, and to meet the scientist there. I paid a visit to the local doctor for some bandages and supplies, as well as some food from the part-time cook and full-time bartender. I prepared for what I swore I'd never do again.
Не за хабаром по лесу шарахаться. Тут и конкуренции меньше, и цель...
second! God fucking damn it, I'm empty! Drop that motherfucker. Cover me! I believed for so long that I'd be afraid of the person I used to be. Who I had to be. I was unexpectedly comfortable about it all. I suppose I was ready to do anything for my brother. Including murder. We arrived at the site the scientists needed to take his readings.
Парни, все делаем в темпе. Чем раньше закончим, тем целее будем.
The clearing was covered in bright, glowing green acidic substance that hissed and bubbled. It was corrosive to anything it touched, except for this odd-looking rock that sat in the middle of it all. I made my way closer to see what it was. While the scientist was busy taking his readings, I pulled my hand into my sleeve and quickly pulled away from the glowing acid. Fruit punch, the scientist said, describing the glowing green substance. He warned me not to get too close, as it's almost impossible to remove when it's on you. You could smell the rain coming. I place comfort knowing these men I killed today were not only murderers themselves, but looters and thieves preying on those just trying to survive. I justified it as a necessary evil. Besides, who else but the Zone to judge us? I hoped it wouldn't judge me too harshly. An odd thought to think in a place like this.
Приветствую.
But this place was otherworldly. Like it was a being in itself, swallowing up everyone and everything within. Either way, I wasn't gonna let anyone, or the Zone, stop me from finding him. I just hope he was still alive when I did.
just as the guide described. A large storm that turns the sky red. We all immediately took shelter, which is why I suppose my brain wasn't fried yet. I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. And after everything I'd seen today anyways, I needed to rest.